I lead our market-facing operations area, and this involves managing a number of our underwriting teams with a focus on our renewal book of business. So my own experience of having engaged with an EAP program and overcoming a challenge related to the loss of my brother David just over 16 years ago. David was tragically killed one night on the way home from a night out with friends. Quite a difficult time for us, obviously, as a family. Very, very shocking. He was only 21 at the time. A very sudden, violent loss. I very quickly sort of recognised that I just didn't have the tools or a way of looking at this that would help to make it a bit more manageable. And thankfully at the time there was an EAP program available to me with the employer I was working for. And I reached out to them and they put me in touch with a counsellor straight away, and I just found that to be an enormous benefit. It really helped for me to have somewhere to go and be able to talk through how I was feeling, how I was dealing with it, get some help. For me, exercise is a really important thing, and it's just become a part of my weekly routine now. Very often you'll find the stuff that might have been keeping you awake at night or a problem you've been chewing over, by the time you've gotten off the treadmill or out of a class, your mind's been working on it in the background and you'll come up with a solution for it. A lot of people in Zurich wouldn't have been aware of the circumstances or of David's death. In coming forward as part of this campaign, yeah, it was certainly something I had to think about in terms of how would people perceive it. Opening up and talking about something like this, the fact that you'd engaged, with a counsellor in the past, will there be questions or concerns around, my mental well-being or ability to deal with pressure? But that really is the whole essence of the campaign. It's breaking that stigma down and highlighting the fact that, look, there's nothing to be ashamed of here, there's nothing to be concerned about, just because people would engage with a service like the EAP, whether it's counselling or just advice. It's there as something to help you. It's not a sign of weakness. If anything, from the circumstances and the challenges I went through, it's probably made me appreciate an inner strength or a mental strength there that I wouldn't have been aware of. But similarly, I'm quite aware of how easy it is to become overcome with pressures and challenges. And really that's the great thing about this campaign. It doesn't take a traumatic experience like something I've gone through. It could just be, pressures, whether it's in work, with relationships, with financial worries. And if people are really, struggling with some of that stuff, that's exactly what the EAP program is there for. And that's the reason for stepping forward and encouraging people to get involved or to reach out to it. The conversation with the EAP is entirely between the individual and the counsellor or the advisor. There's absolutely no reason to feel any concern about reaching out. It's absolutely free to all of our employees. I actually can't think of a reason as to why somebody wouldn't. It's there as a really helpful, valuable resource for whatever type of challenge people are dealing with. And it's always going to be easier, to reach out and talk to somebody else to get another perspective, whether that's the EAP or whether it's a network of friends or family. Just having somebody there to support you, to listen to you, talking through that can just sometimes make all the difference.